Got to give the people what they want. It's another Friday.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it's another Friday. And I'm just glad to be alive. What's up, everybody? What's up, Buffalo, New York? What's up, those of you who are watching from across the globe on our social media page? What's up, Atlanta, Georgia? Good to be on the air if you're in the Atlanta or Buffalo or North Carolina or Alaska, where the president is on his way to. You can see us live at Power to the People Show on our social media platforms. I got a lot to talk about today. The man is on his way to meet with Putin, if you have not heard, to talk about a ceasefire with Ukraine. Now, the history of this, of him meeting with Putin, and then afterward, he says the guy talks nice to him, and then he bombs. Can I say that word? I got to be careful on social media. You know, they'll cancel you in a minute. So sure yeah, they cancel. You gotta use code words and all that. So the man is on his way to have a meeting with Putin, and I believe without Zelensky. So basically he's going without Zelensky. Mm-hmm. So he like, listen, little boy, we ain't gonna meet with you. I'm going to meet with Putin, try to get him to stop bombing, but you're gonna have to give up some land. That's basically what you're gonna have to give up something. And Zelensky like, I'm not giving up anything. I'm not giving up a doggone thing. So we're gonna see how this goes. Speaking of the president, I want to call him something else other than the president. Speaking of the brat, not to be confused with any other brat, the feds, and I think he was talking about this last week, but it's in full effect right now. The feds, and I'm looking at all kinds of feeds right now, feds turn into beat cops under Trump's DC policing surge. Because he said that they're again, he's saying that the ceiling is the sky is falling. So he says that the homeless people are the problem in DC, and he's taking back control of DC by having. Let me just read a little bit. Let me. This is from NBC News, if I can pull up their feed. But basically, he has enacted. They're not there allegedly like police, but they're there to allegedly, and I put it in air quotes, assist the police. It says about 70 homeless encampments in the nation's capital have been taken down in recent months. But those efforts intensified this week after President Donald Trump deployed members of the National Guard to address what he said was a city overtaken by violent gangs and bloodthirsty criminals, roving mobs of wild youth, drugged out maniacs. And this is all in quotes. This is what he said. Maniacs. Let me see. I'm trying to get to my feed. Overtaken by drugged out maniacs and homeless people. On Thursday, a homeless encampment near the Kennedy Center, for which Trump serves as chairman, was dismantled by city workers who shoved people's belongings in the garbage trucks. The president's move comes as crime and homelessness are both reported at or near decade lows in DC. So how dire is the city's homeless situation? Here's a breakdown of the data, and they go into the data. Now, I just want to talk about this real quick, because especially after serving on city council and being the honorary chair to raise $4 million for our shelter in Buffalo, here's the question. What do you do with the homeless people? He's talking about putting them on the outskirts and with better tents, he says. Better tents.
Wow.
That it's gonna be the best tents they ever had. Everything is the best. Everything is, you haven't seen anything like this. But the real question is, and I'm gonna, and my phone keeps going out because so I'm gonna get the comments, but I really want to hear in the comments What do you suggest? And then I'm going to talk about some funny Facebook stuff. I don't know what's going on with my Facebook, but anyway.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm and my Netflix, and some of those are mistakes I made. But what do you do? Because whether it's Atlanta that has a homelessness problem, Buffalo, we just don't see it. A lot of people don't think we have the same homelessness problem as Atlanta because you don't see people out
right.
as often, but we have a homelessness problem.
Yes, we do.
If people don't have a place to live, whether they are couch surfing or living in shelters or going to drop-in centers, or many people right now are living in their cars. We have a problem all over the United States in mostly urban areas. There is a homelessness problem. What do you do with them? So like in Buffalo, where you got a lot of people who sleep up under one bridge. No, several bridges, to be honest. Because there's one downtown.
There's a few downtown.
Two downtown, maybe more. I mean, we don't know, right?
Yeah.
So we know that there are homeless people.
We cleaned them out, so I can tell you where most of them are. Anytime there is a 190, a 33, or any kind of those, or the 198 underpasses, that's where they go. Or when there's slopes to parks, they hide in there too. So like you said, they do a pretty good job of trying to stay out of the public eye. But when we do the cleanups and everyone calls for them, all they do is go scavenger and grab their stuff, find new stuff, and create another encampment.
What's the answer then? Now, some of them, because my son worked with the homeless population for years. I gotta take this thing off the lock. He talks about chronic homelessness, that some people are chronically homeless.
Yes.
And they choose to be homeless. I use that word loosely. Some of them have mental challenges.
Right.
Others, they choose this type of lifestyle, but where do you put them? You can't, and that's why I raised the money for the city mission, because the question was, where are you going to put them? I mean, part of, I think, a government's responsibility is to take care of your most vulnerable also. Absolutely. Not just your voters, not just the people who give you money, but how do you respond to those who are really in need? And is there a place in our cities to try to help them? Now, I think, and this is just me, I think Buffalo has done a better job than a lot of places in ensuring that there's a city mission and rebuilding it right in the heart of the city of Buffalo. Because if you put people way out, and I know there are people like, oh, put them on the train tracks, about train tracks, but then they don't have the access to services.
Right.
They don't have a way to get around. They don't have a way to get to the doctor. They don't have a way to get to fresh food. And so I do think that what he's doing is classic Trumpism. Is let's get rid of them so we don't have to see them, break down their camps. Where do they go? They go and break in people's houses. They go and they start squatting.
Yep.
They go and they do things to survive. So I don't know. This is a tough one.
It is, and like you said, I don't know. I don't know if there's one solution, one thing that solves it all, because as you laid out, everyone's plight and situation is different, and so you need multiple approaches. You need multiple people and agencies and organizations to be involved, because there's people who do the research. There's people who go out and talk to these encampments. So I think including them, not like you said, outside of just the DC situation, Baltimore, any urban city, like there's people on the ground that are interacting, and you have to include them in these conversations, because if not, all you're doing is concentrating poverty even more.
Absolutely. Big ups to Marie Collins on Facebook. She is now, I never heard of this, an anniversary follower.
Oh.
Don Trotter, anniversary follower. Welcome. So yeah, we do definitely have one, Don. Don says, but my question is, all vacant school buildings, one on Miller and Broadway, empty lots. Why are we not making apartments and houses for homeless? So good question.
Yep.
Always got to answer when it comes to government stuff. It costs money. Let's just be honest. And at the end of the day, the city, I'll talk Buffalo, and then we can talk maybe a little Atlanta. The city does not fund housing by and large. We get money from the state and get some money from the federal government and tax breaks and those type of things. Buffalo does not have brothers and sisters any money. So it's coming from the state, but then the state has to take care of New York City, which is larger than Buffalo, and Rochester and Syracuse, all of these, the big five, so that it's not just Buffalo. So when you talk about like, well, why isn't there more housing? It's because there isn't the money to go into it. And it's a catch-22, because in order to put more money in the housing, you would have to raise the taxes. Yep. When you raise the taxes, the taxpayers say, I don't want my taxes raised. I'm leaving New York State. I'm going somewhere else where the taxes are lower. So you end up with this kind of quagmire, if you will, where you know what the need is. You don't have the funds. You're trying to fund it. So that's kind of the problem, Don. And when you talk about the schools, I'll give you an example. And again, I know people are going to say affordable housing isn't that affordable. But at the end of the day, when you talk about, there are some schools that have come online, like over on Monroe, that have workplace housing more affordable than some other places, might not be the most affordable, that are online and that are coming online. The United House of Prayer, by the way, and I think I mentioned this, is building over in the Jefferson, over in that Madison area. They're getting ready to build affordable housing, what I'm being told, with no government money. So, the question is, why can't the other people do it? Well, if you don't have the type of money that the United House of Prayer for Our People has, you can't just do that on your own, out of your own checkbook. So it's very few people, very few organizations that are able to do that. And so that's one of the reasons we end up still with this huge homelessness problem. I know people are commenting. Lakeisha Benning says they have been fencing the bridges off for the homeless in Buffalo. And, when I was a council member, we were criticized for that, for fencing it off and saying that it was cruel, that it caused more danger. I'm going to be honest, I don't know all of the answers to this. Aurelia Keaton says, yes, on Moselle and East Ferry at the bus stop shelter. Wow.
Wow. Yeah.
Cam says this is not true. We do take a drive down at night. I'm not sure what he means. What part is not true? We do take a drive down at night. Maybe Cam, you can kind of explain what that means. So this is kind of what some of the problems are when it comes to homelessness. But now you got this guy in DC who is, and my fear is this is going to continue happening in other Republican-led areas. Will ask for the same thing. We want to get, but what then do you do if you are not taking care of those who are most vulnerable? I don't know well, yes, I do. Let me stop. Yes, I do. I do know what is happening in DC, and it has nothing to do with poor and marginalized people.
Absolutely
and especially doesn't have anything to do with brown and black and brown people. And it is obvious. So
I was going to say,
what you go ahead.
So basically, if we're on the same thought process, basically what we think DC is getting ready to turn into, since 47 already thinks he's never going to leave office, he's trying to turn this into Mar-a-Lago 2, and now DC becomes his kingdom and palace. So let me get all of y'all out. We're going to move all of our people in, and this will be Mar-a-Lago, Northern Mar-a-Lago. That's basically what he's trying to create.
I agree. All right, enough for him.
Yep.
It's hard to just stop, but
yeah.
those of you in Atlanta, if you haven't heard, let me kind of school you on Buffalo and what happened here a few years ago when a white supremacist went into a grocery store in a predominantly African-American neighborhood and killed 10 people. He was live as he started his rampage on the dark. I forgot where he was live, but he was live. He walked into a grocery store called Tops Market. He killed 10 people, wounded others, traumatized an entire neighborhood and city. And we're still living with the the post-traumatic stress syndrome of that. Well, guess what this that's all cuss words backwards. His lawyers are saying that the grand jury that indicted him was too white. Now,
all white, I believe. I think they said it was all white. It was an all.
I'm just gonna sit right here in this mess for a minute. If it is all white, now that's a problem. You killed black people. You unlived. I can't say too many times that word. We'll get back. You unalived 10 people and tried to unalive more because of the color of their skin. And you all cuss words backwards. You think you have a case? When you text me and I had read it. You said something to the effect, you get it, the lawyers are doing their job. Mark, I don't know what kind of job they're doing in trying to justify in some ways that he was basically railroaded. Now listen, I love the Lord. He heard my cry. He pitied every groan. Long as I live and troubles rise, I'll hasten to his throne. But I'm going to tell you, and I've said this before, that's something God's got to work with me on. Because I don't think he deserves anything. You unalive 10 people, and now you crying about having a white grand jury? You should have been happy, Mr. White Supremacist. Absolutely. You should have been happy that all of those faces sitting there looked like you.
Yeah, and even in the article, one of the lawyers for I think three of the families with victims, John Elmore's daughter, I believe, she said, like, professionally, I get it. Right. And like I said, to my effect of how I felt, like, I get it. The lawyers got to do their job. They said, they're trying to set up a case because this is in the federal court, not the state that he already pled guilty to.
Right.
But the federal indictment, which would include the death penalty. So this is all grounds and basis, for that battle. But the struggle is you putting families back through this. You are putting a community back through it. You're putting a city back through this. And at some point, you idiot, streamed it. We know you did it. The federal indictment came back. Everybody saw you do it. It's time for justice, and that's it.
I totally agree. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's like a slap in the face. We dealing as African people, we dealing with so much. And now having to deal, especially in Buffalo, with this idiot sitting in jail and his lawyer. Y'all ain't got nothing better to do. Do y'all have anything better to do than to now come back and publicly state in a court of law or wherever they stated, it was all on the news. But at the end of the day, you want to come back and re-traumatize us? Man, miss me with that. I don't care. God's going to have to, I pray that he will forgive me for how I feel. I don't hate him, but at the end of the day, I'm trying to pull up this article.
It's going to take the Father, Son, Holy Ghost, and a bunch of other important black people to help me with this one, because I'm struggling.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I want to. Oh, this my computer is really sweet. I got.
You want to pay some bills so you can get yourself to pay a bill.
I can't. I'm all right. I
Okay.
just saw where there is a historic district, that 2 historic districts being proposed in Buffalo, one in South Buffalo and one in the medical corridor. All I'm going to say is this. I know I'm off topic for a minute. When people want these historic districts, be careful.
Be careful.
Because you want to preserve the neighborhood how it looks. It becomes expensive because you cannot change anything on the outside of your house from the original design.
Yeah.
You cannot go out and throw siding on your house when that wood starts to go. You cannot put up, I'm going to leave that alone. I just saw it, but maybe it's the Lord that does not want me to open this up. Why don't we pay some bills when we come back? I don't know what's going on with Facebook, and I had to do some research, but I didn't know why people were calling me, congratulating me for 20 years. I've been at Tribeca 31 years.
Yeah.
We got to talk about that because I don't know what happened. So let's pay some bills. And I'm going to tell y'all about, make sure you change your passwords. Make sure you don't leave your Netflix on nowhere. Let's go to the commercials. We'll be right back.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
All right, we're back. Thank you, Hobson's, the doctor of dry cleaning. Okay, so listen. A gentleman called me the other day, and he said, he called me for something else, but he said, hey, I just want to congratulate you on 20 years. And he said on your anniversary. I was like, well, I don't have no 20-year anniversary. Had no idea what he's talking about. He said, oh, maybe I saw somebody else's post. And I'm like, yeah, you must saw somebody else's post. So he finished with whatever he was going to say. The other day, I saw our friend Shep, Pastor Shep, talked about a post I did years ago about funerals and what not to do at funerals. And it's already, so I thought, here's my thought. Oh, he must have saved that. Now, it was a good piece. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, it was a good post.
I want to talk about it today. But so he posted that, and a lot of people commented. It was shared a lot, didn't think anything about it. Yesterday, I'm having a conversation with somebody, and they said something about the anniversary post again. And matter of fact, somebody called me and said, hey, you got head spinning right now. We saw the anniversary post. I'm like, I'm lost. I really didn't know. So I said, my last post was my grandson swimming.
Yeah.
It's 10,000 views. So I'm thinking, okay, did they hear a voice in the background? I don't know till I go on and look at my name on Facebook. And I see several old posts reposted, and I'm thinking, did somebody hack my Facebook? So I did the research, of course, and found that okay, so I have a lot of followers now, and I have I'm in the algorithm, and I have a business account. So if somebody comments on an old post or reacts to it, Facebook has the ability to move that up in the algorithms. So it won't come up on my page as a post for me. So if you go back and you look at my posts on my page, you will not see the funeral, what not to do at a funeral. You're not going to see it because it's in other people's algorithms because they're commenting.
Yes.
If I comment on it, then it may push it up in the algorithms of me. But there's stuff that's coming up from 10 years ago that I didn't know. You saw the post?
Oh, I saw it. I was like, huh.
Did you say, oh, I saw it?
I saw it. I saw it. Oh, I saw it. Oh,
and it was a sweet post. It wasn't nothing wrong with the post. It wasn't nothing wrong with the post, but I didn't post it. So when I looked, it was comments from 10 years ago, and then comments
from currently.
Because
people also started resharing it this week because that's actually I think how I saw it. There was like a few pastors that reshared it and some people started resharing it.
Oh,
and
you talking about the funeral?
Yeah, not that one, not the other one. Yeah, no, we're not. I don't think anybody's sharing that one. But I think
they did.
Oh,
they
not on
might
Facebook.
Not shared it on their Facebook, but they shared it, sir. They sure enough shared it. They might, yeah.
You might have been in some group chats for that one, but
oh gosh, remind me in 120 minutes. My computer trying to update. So it did. So that's weird though. I've never seen that happen. Never. 10 years ago, and all the posts are 10 years old. So
I got to get myself together because
maybe I'm gonna have to go back 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, and you shouldn't.
And I'm not.
And you shouldn't. Be proud. Be proud.
So let me get my life together. I'm trying. So this is another thing that we got to be careful of. So now I travel with my streaming, with my Roku.
Yeah.
Because you get to these hotels nowadays, they ain't treating us right on TV stuff.
No.
So I have my favorite chain of hotels that I use. And they usually, only have like on their TV, almost everybody will have Netflix, but some of them don't have Prime, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so since I love a Motel 6, no, I'm just kidding. That Motel 6 hit differently.
You ain't even get TVs with HDMI ports in it.
Yeah, right. They still got those big joints sitting on the dresser, But let me tell you, I'm frugal enough that if I had to, I ain't ashamed.
Listen, I've had to.
I ain't trying to stay in one, but if I have to,
Delaware one time, I was like, I had to get it where I fit in one late in the night.
I ain't gonna lie, I would sleep in the chair first. I pull up in an Applebee's, or no, what is it that they let you sleep at night?
Like a truck flying J, like a truck stop?
No, the food place. Come on, I get the chicken from.
Oh,
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Janetta Reed said, see, I'm not the only one. She said, I have posts coming up from years ago on Facebook. She says,
see,
you got head spinning, Bishop.
Yep.
I ain't do nothing. I'm sitting here minding my own business.
You didn't have to.
I didn't know what the man meant. Great information. Yeah, so I didn't do anything, but she definitely said that it's happening to her, and Janetta has a large following also. So I guess it comes with the territory. It is what it is. Ain't much I could do about it. It is what it is. But I have left my signed in online and thought I signed out, and maybe I didn't sign out. And so I'm wondering why when I go to YouTube, I'm getting anime. I'm getting Disney classics on my YouTube. I'm like, wait, what? When did I watch anime? When did I watch Dumbo the Clown? No, it wasn't me. So
Well, I do
I
like the
learned,
whole.
you know how to sign out of all devices, don't you? Do
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Well, I know I can do it in the app, but you can
You
also,
got
if you can go online, and if you log in, you can do it on your computer too. But I do like the hotels that automatically have you logged out when you check out. That's my
right.
preference because, like you said, I may forget. I may get to the screen and throw the remote and forget to hit the confirm sign out. So I prefer any hotel where I get in and it says "Hello, Mark." If you want to log in, that lets me
Oh,
know
you fancy.
everyone else signed out, and then I can sign in.
They don't do that at Motel 6, sir.
No, you don't. No,
We'll
no,
leave
you
the
don't.
light on for you,
Yeah,
Darius.
that's about all you getting is the light. and, a,
Right. So
and a very dim one at that.
one of the ways you can, let me leave Motel 6 alone. One of the ways you can is simply change your password.
Yeah.
Here's my problem. I got so many passwords to be fiddling with. And then they say don't put your passwords in your phone. I tried the whole passcode keychain that I don't understand what it is doing. So I can't do that. So I'm just kind of out there. Yeah, I'm out there. But
yeah, no, I mean, even my passwords, I got passwords saved in my Apple. I got passwords saved through Google and Chrome. And then I'd be struggling because some passwords are in one place and then other passwords are in another place. So now I got to sit here and be like, okay, so Apple, no, it's not in the cloud, not in that cloud. So now I got to go to Chrome, and I'm like, it's not. And then I just be like, forget password. I don't know. We'll figure it out later.
And then you got to then if you reset it, because you have your favorite passwords.
Yeah.
Then if you reset it, you got to remember that I put a question mark, that I put a asterisk, that I put 5. It's yeah.
Yeah, and I get the security feature, but I think some of them are a bit much because some of them end up saying like, "Oh, they need to be 16 characters and alphanumeric and all these other things," and you're like,
I don't have that many sentences I can make up.
How many words am I supposed to put together to get just 16 characters?
And then I got to remember which one. So I do have a system. I'm not going to say obviously online what my system is, but I do have a system. But you got to be careful, folks, to make sure that when you at these places that you sign out, because it'll change. Oh, it'll change the algorithm.
No, it sure will. It sure will.
Tim Newkirk talking about, and he's an anniversary follower too. Get up there, do what was asked to do, sit down. The funeral is on time limit. Preach, Bishop.
Oh, he must be rereading your points from the funeral.
I need a pin cussing about something. Well, she
that was
put
the
pace.
tops.
That was the tops. Oh,
yeah,
definitely. I'll say it again. Before I take away, I'll add more to it. Hold on, I'm trying to keep up with all because my phone keep going up, going off. What comments? You got comments there?
Yeah,
from Facebook. Again, while Mark is looking up the comments, if you're listening to us on the radio, you can always see us on Power to the People show on our social media platform. Go ahead, Mark.
So revisiting our topic, Sandra Scruggs says all white grand juries are the same problem we had with juries for black people charged with a crime. We didn't get a lot of change, but now white folks are on that bandwagon. Black people are not his peer or a jury of his peer. Tim still quoting, he said he should be happy he is being tried by a jury of his peers. He's getting what black people never get. Let's see. The Honorable Betty Jean Grant said Donald Trump is putting the homeless people in the same category as the criminals and illegal immigrants in his bid to clean up D.C. They will be putting the homeless and the delinquents in Alligator Alcatraz when all the immigrants are rounded up.
Kamal says the tops killer's guards, when he comes to court, is always all white. He says, let's not forget the 22 caliber killer. I'm reading. So thanks for all the comments, and we really do. Oh shucks, we really do read them and try to acknowledge them as they come in. So yeah, so just make sure you sign out of stuff. Don't leave your stuff on, but yeah, something weird is going on. The Texas Democrats
Oof.
are on their way back home.
Yeah.
If you all remember, we talked about this last week, where they left town to avoid the redistricting of Texas that would give probably more Republican seats in the House. So at the end of the day, they realized that, hey, we took a stand, but it's not over, because now California said two can play that game.
Yep.
So now California is going to try to change their lines. Now let's talk about this, because if we say it's wrong for the Republicans to do it, is it wrong for the Dems to do it? But California, so the Texas Democrats are basically saying, we got to go home. Number one, this dude, the governor, is going to try to fine us $500 a day for every day that they are not in the state of Texas, not doing their job. They're also trying to get them basically saying that people are supporting their efforts and it's illegal, that the people who are supporting them is also illegal if they're giving them money because they've absconded from the state. But California said two can play that game. You think it's fair? I mean, should Democrats be doing what Democrats don't like Republicans doing?
This is all politics. And here's my struggle. I think, and I've said it on this show multiple times, I do not think Democrats should be alone in this moral high road. And what's the most ironic about this moral high road is, they swear Republicans is the Bible believing party of this country, political party, but they do some of the most ungodly, unbiblical principles. And I just think if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. And if we're going to, if one state can get away from it, whether red, blue, purple, yellow, whatever, green, let everybody do it until the Supreme Court makes a decision. That was the great experiment of this country, that we were going to have states had their control, the federal government, the federal Congress has their piece in it, the executive branch has their piece in it. So now we're at the point that you're going to eventually probably need the Supreme Court to make a final decision. And with the way the Supreme Court lines up, they're going to side with the states can do this on their own. And it will be back to where we are right now.
Yeah. So Bear Wilson, who's an anniversary follower, also says, what are we doing to make your people better? Wait a minute now. Hold on now, Bear. I'm going to trust that you Black and get money and land. Okay. Well, we've been talking about that. And I think that's a full effort that has to happen in education. And we have to, and I don't mean high school education. I'm talking about as we educate our people to do better. We had this discussion last week a little bit about the difference in Atlanta, the difference in Buffalo, and what we do. So, yeah, so I think that California is taking because it's easy to say, well, we shouldn't do it. But at the end of the day, if this is how the game is played and you want to redistrict Texas so that you got 5 more, well, there are Democratic state-run states that at the end of the day, they're doing the same thing you're doing.
Absolutely.
So, but here's the question. Will we vote? Some people are really discontent with the Democratic Party nationally and just saying, man, forget it. I'll be independent, which I don't know what that means. You got to vote one way or another. Because even some people I know people who joined the Independence Party thinking that meant they were independent. No, I'm not kidding you.
And then you end up getting more mail because both parties are now emailing you, mailing you lit.
you just gonna get it all. But at the end of the day, I think we have to know. We got to know the issues, not just the people and the personality. Absolutely. And right now, we got some big issues that are happening. How about this? Let's pay one more bill.
Yep.
And when we come back, we'll keep the discussion rolling. Stay right there. You could join us again. Facebook at Power to the People Show. And you can see us live as we continue to expand our audience. We'll be right back.
Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo: 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free 877-885-7734. Or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
All right, we're back and in live and in living color. You know, our last 15 minutes, we get a little silly with you. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. Number one, I saw the other day, one of his employees posted that they were doing like feeding people, I think, at the wake. They had like the cheese and crackers and
charcuterie boards
like,
at the wake.
Yeah. Let me tell you this. I'm all with it.
Oh,
I think the best, and for those of you in Atlanta who don't know, we do before we moved out of our location to remodel, a lot of funerals at True Bethel.
Yeah.
We do a lot. We are known for doing funerals, and I'm all for the funeral.
absolutely.
But I think the best funerals I have ever seen in my life are the New Orleans
Oh,
funerals.
Yeah.
Oh, if you ain't never
absolutely.
seen the New Orleans funeral,
Absolutely.
where they are dancing, where they have music and sometimes it look kind of dangerous what they're doing with those caskets, but at the end of the day, I'd rather celebrate than cry and go into depression.
What's it called? The final walk? I forget what it's called.
It's the is it the something band? It's something. It's not the final walk. I know you'll look it up and you'll find it.
Yeah.
So if you've never been to New Orleans or never saw it, treat yourself. I know that sounds really bad, but treat yourself and look at a New Orleans funeral. So my goal in funerals is always for the people to leave with kind of a smile, remembering their loved ones. The second line.
That's it.
I mean, so when we were just in New Orleans recently, we saw the end of a second line. We were running to go see but they had just ended. And the people were upbeat, and that's how a funeral, to me, a homegoing, if whatever, a celebration of life, let's celebrate. I'm telling you now, I want some crying at my funeral. Now I want some tears.
Well, if we tie back 2 conversations, there's going to be some tears. With those same ones whose head spinning, they're going to be.
I know I'm on the radio, so I ain't supposed to have dead air. So I want some tears from real people. Now, here are, and I don't remember the list, but I'm going to go over what I do know that you should not do at a funeral.
Oh, hold on.
Let me go over.
Let's get to it.
You could get to it.
I'm gonna find it. Yeah.
And it's not in this order, but number 1, if the funeral start at 11 o'clock, brothers and sisters, don't get dressed at 11.
No.
And especially if it's your family member, don't have the undertaker out there waiting, and you come to the funeral late. Now you want to move the funeral back because you ain't have your eyebrow. You couldn't find your eyebrows. Your eyelashes.
Not because you couldn't find them.
If you can't find your lash, go without a lash. Go without the lash. Put your sunglasses on.
Put the glasses on.
And to the visitors, Don't show up late and then want to talk while the casket is being closed. I said this in my comments. When that casket is being closed, that is a very, very emotional time for most people. Now here you come in with your fake rabbit coat on, coming down the middle aisle.
Greeting everybody.
Now you want to greet the people who are right now going through the most traumatic time, one of the most traumatic times in their life. And you want to come up, hey, girl, I was late. No.
So you
ma'am,
literally just knocked out 1 and 2.
And that was 1 and 2?
1 and 2.
Miss Trixie, go sit down somewhere and stop. They gonna see you. And if they don't see you, that means y'all not that close.
Not that close.
Like, just sit down. What was number 3?
Don't pull out your phone and start snapping photos if the family has not given you permission. This is not a photo shoot. Now, that is a pet peeve of mine when people come over that casket and sit there. Like,
how you gonna do that?
That's wild. That is always wild to me.
If the family not snapping flicks, and even if they are, what you gonna do with that flick? You putting it on social media? You putting it on? This is my uncle?
Yeah.
No. It's a shame that at our funerals we got to put in the casket.
Mm-hmm.
Please, no photos.
Yep.
You got to put it in the casket. Sits right there. Please, no photos. I don't understand why you want the photo of somebody who you didn't have a photo of when they were alive.
Yeah, me.
And if the family want to do that, that's cool. That's up to them. They paid that money.
Yeah.
Don't take picture. Don't walk in. Don't even ask. If Nene and them did not tell you, would you take a picture of Bubba? If they didn't ask you to do that, don't do it.
No.
It's wrong. You're wrong for that. You're wrong for taking pictures without permission. What's number 4?
4, don't try to sing a medley if you have been asked to do remarks.
My pet peeve. If the things say remarks, because, we do have professional people who come, and I use the word professional, of course,
loosely,
jokingly, who show up and swear that the family, they want me to sing.
Not if they heard you sing.
They asked me to sing. Why your name not in the bulletin, ma'am? Sir? Why? And policy over at our place, I'm going to ask family.
Absolutely.
But when you get up during the remarks time, this ain't your concert time. I know, and this they favorite song. How you know they weren't going to sing that favorite song during the service?
Right.
How do you know?
Or it wasn't sung already.
Remarks, and don't be long. Let me add. Don't get up there and you supposed to do it. If it says 2 minutes,
and you trying to
take a minute,
and you trying to take us back to 1972.
But this is what the part I don't like when they ask for permission, knowing you getting ready to break protocol anyway.
Absolutely.
Pastor, is it all right if I one of these Sundays? Let me tell you what pastor gonna do one of these Sundays. I'm gonna say no, it's not all right. Because some of the old
school, that's my old school. I love those.
Would say,
sit down.
No, it's not all right. It's not all right, dear heart. No, you can't. You cannot go over the 2 minutes. Is other people standing in line?
Yep.
Is other people gonna jump up? And let me add this. Let me add this while I'm adding in our 15 minutes of craziness. If you want to say something, get in line. Don't wait until the pastor get up. Now they ready. Here come Brian down the aisle.
Excuse me.
Now, can I speak? No, you should have spoke. We've been here hours.
Yep.
You sat there. Get up. Come on up. Say what you're gonna say. I get it. Some people are apprehensive, but time. The funeral, the cemetery ain't staying open all night waiting.
Sure ain't.
Because we on CP time. They're not doing that. When Forest Lawn got to close, Forest Lawn is going to close.
So
and we usually don't have the money to keep it open later.
Sure don't. I'm going to jump into 5 because you've already touched on it. If you have been asked to do remarks, don't preach a 40-minute sermon trying to save everybody. The pastor will handle that. So I think
You gonna go to somebody else's church. Pastor sitting right there.
Yep.
Deacon sitting right there.
Yep.
And you gonna get up talking about this is a good time for anybody who want to be saved. Raise your hand. What? Wait a minute. When did you get ordained in this church? Let the pastor do the pastor's job. He know or she know what to do.
And your breath smell like hot Hennessy, and you
I ain't saying nothing. But I know some of the deep folks. Oh, this is my opportunity to get my nieces and nephews saved. Your opportunity to get your niece and nephew saved was at the family reunion.
Yeah.
When y'all had boots on the ground, you wasn't saying nothing about the Lord Jesus Christ.
You was just popping.
Where them fans at? Where them fans? I'm so sick. I'm so
over
sick of
that
that
song. I'm so over that song.
I'm over it. I'm over the boots.
You talk about...
I'm over the fan. I'm over the cowboy hats. I'm over it all. I'm over it all.
When we do the phrases that need to be retired, songs need to go right along with it.
That need to go with it, because if I hear one more where them fans at, or see one more boots on the ground theme part, we tired of it.
We over it. That's a one.
I don't even know the dance, but I'm over it.
It's a one-hit wonder. He needs number 6. Don't go to the family's house asking how did they die. If they want you to know, they would tell you. That's so true.
Because that's the first thing people ask.
What happened?
How they died.
What
now,
happened?
Let's be honest. We all do.
We all do. I'm not even mad.
I ain't gonna front. You know, but what I'm saying, don't go to the family house and ask.
Yeah, no, you can't. Especially not like the first 48. Like you can't.
Right.
You can't
don't go to family house. What happened? They looked so good last week in church.
Yeah.
Well, ma'am, they not here. They're not here now.
No, when I talked to them, they were so healthy. Like, of course they were, because they were alive. Like, what do you mean? Number 7. If you are not part of the family, don't eat up all the food at the house and not bring a bag of chips. The food is for the family who will not feel like cooking while grieving. Yeah, that's true. I've seen that.
Listen, they don't want to cook. They're already upset. And here your big back self come in asking who made the potato salad. The potato salad is not for you. This is not
the big.
This
pasta
is not a
dish.
smorgasbord.
Not the big pasta dish that everybody brings.
Yeah, and here's another thing. Speaking of the food, don't ask y'all got any aluminum foil. What? First of all, the aluminum foil thing is played out. Everybody, stop it. Stop having cookouts and giving people aluminum foil. You can go right over there to Sam's, get you some to-go containers. But listen. If you was invited and your husband was invited, or you both came, I know we on the repast, and your husband didn't come, you don't get to make him a plate overflowing. This ain't the fish and 5 loaves. You don't get to make him a plate.
Now you feed the family for the rest of the night.
And I said aluminum foil over it. And you walking, all right, well, I got to run now. No, man, you should have ran by the grocery store and bought that man some food and not come over to the bereaved house and walk your tail out.
Because then they
with
hit you
a
with
whole bunch of food in aluminum foil.
Because then they hit you with hey, y'all got a bag?
Y'all got a bag? And you know when you get in the car, that's going to slide all over the place.
The greens juice done got everywhere. Oh, it's terrible.
Don't go to people's house eating up their food. And please don't say, because here's the question. Can I take some for Leroy?
Oh, boy.
Where Leroy at? Unless Leroy is in the convalescent, unless Leroy could have came over and got some himself.
He sure could have.
This ain't to go. This is not McDonald's. What's the next one?
I was going to say, we got 4 minutes to get through 3. Number 8, if you are divorced, separated, or don't get along with the family, don't try to sit in the family section unless invited. There are plenty of other seats.
It's wrong. It's wrong.
All the way.
The man is already remarried. His widow there. You don't get to sit there. Now talking about we was close. Y'all argued all the time. Just just show up to the wake and go on. Because it's always the ones who ain't do nothing. That's the extra. You can tell
you're right
the
in the
most
number
extra
9.
One. Go ahead.
If you did nothing for the deceased when they were alive and needed you, don't try to make amends at the casket, under the casket, or by laying out on the floor.
Because there are people who go to funerals, and it's like they were so close. I was so close to her. You ain't been over. The lady was sick for 3 years.
I ain't seen him in 20 years.
Ain't seen him. Now you are all up under the cap. Get your now. I'm just gonna tell you this. When a certain person in my family die, I'm gonna be probably all up under the casket.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna perform.
Oh, I know.
But it's the person I love.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So I don't have no problem when a person who loves somebody and been there when they do the under the casket stuff. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna be there. Pridgen gonna be there. I'm gonna help you get up. I'm gonna get you through the moment. But if you ain't been around, if you don't need no tissue. You don't need tissue.
No.
You don't need Kleenex. You need to just be there and be a support to the family. Go ahead. Last one. What I got, 9, 10?
This is number 10. Respect the place where the services are being held. Your weed, henny, and goose can be consumed at home, not in the church parking lot.
Listen, I know that in New York State it's legal. Yep. I got it. I know that all of that stuff is legal. But smoke at home. Don't come out. Now I gotta smell your no, and then you light up the church.
Yeah.
We high
Very
and
loud.
lift it up. We high. We high because we done got high off your high.
Everybody on contact. Everybody. That's why everybody can't wait to get to the repast because we are.
I'm sitting there. I got the munchies. I got to do the eulogy, and I'm asking for some Jolly Ranchers. What kind of stuff is that?
Because everybody chicken in the back.
Everybody's still blowing out smoke.
Who got the chicken in the back?
All right, I think we gotta go. That was our listen. Every show I'm gonna try to do something a little light at the end. I know some of y'all. It's not y'all need to be serious. I ain't being serious for the rest of my life. I'll be serious on my way to heaven. Right now, I'm gonna talk about real issues, and then we always gonna try to end this show on a note that brings people up, that makes them laugh, that brings some joy. You people who are deep all the time, God bless you. Have no problem with you. But I'm going to laugh. I want to laugh until I die. And I'm not going to just sit around being deep all the time. And that ain't going to be us. That ain't this show. You got to find another show. You got to find another show. Because on this one, we're going to bring the facts. And then we're going to bring a little fun, too.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home. Thank you to Hobson's, the Doctor of Dry Cleaning. Thank you, Atlanta, Georgia, and all of the great folks who work at the Atlanta station. And thank you to Buffalo and all the great folks over there. Atlanta, I'll be there soon. I got people reaching out like, when you come in. It's going to be soon. We'll announce it a few weeks before we come because we're going to be right there in the great state of Georgia. And we're going to broadcast live soon from Atlanta, Georgia. Until next week, power to the people.